Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're playing with a medium that I kind of brought out, I want to say last week, and it's called gesso. So, for a lot of people who don't know, gesso is a medium that you can use on your paper products. It helps create a barrier to where you can do water techniques on paper that may not be designed for that type of usage, right? So, if you have a lightweight paper and you want to do some mixed media on it, if you cover it with some gesso, you would be able to do the mixed media and keep the paper from sort of like warping, peeling, stuff like that. So right now, I'm just putting down some gesso on 3 different papers. The first one was a little bit of white foundations. This is a basil navy, and that one is lighter. And we're gonna, for this one on the black one, I'm putting a little bit of the gesso down on my mat, and then I'm going to show you, I'm just going to use my fingers to kind of put this on, okay? And what I'm trying to create is sometimes with the gesso, you can use it to tone down areas, and you do that by using a little bit of water, some of the gesso, and just very lightly put it on while it's creating sort of like a what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of like a shadowy background. Now on this black, I am going to use my green pen to number, because while these dry, I'm going to also add, I forgot, some black to the other 2 that I did. And then we're going to let these 3 sheets dry. And then we're going to play with this pattern paper that I have just below. Okay, so let me do that. And then I'm going to grab the black gesso and put it on this basil. And for the purpose of this video, I am probably going to, I'm going to be using the spritz again. And we'll look at and examine how this all works, okay? So here we have a paper from Elizabeth Crafts, and we're going to put the white gesso on half, and we're going to leave the other half without. Okay, and I'm grabbing a different brush, only because I had used the black on the other one, and I didn't want to really cross-contaminate. And then I realized, you know what, I'm not doing what I was trying to do, which is kind of keep it more of a ghosty look. So here I go to grab my finger, and of course I had black on it, didn't realize it. But now I'm just grabbing a little bit of gesso right from the pot, and I'm just using my finger to use it to kind of cover up, okay? So what I want to show you is I'm putting down a little bit of that gesso right over the flowers. Now, if it was clear gesso, it wouldn't matter, right? Because it would just dry and you still see everything underneath it like normal. But when you're using the white on pattern paper, you can see how it'll dull down those flowers on the upper right compared to the bottom left. That's one of the things that it will do with pattern paper, and yet you're still able to use the colors, some of the colors still coming up from behind, that paper. So now it's all dry, and what I'm trying to do is get some of the spritz here on my plastic, and we're going to do a little bit of a smushing technique. See how that looks. And I'm doing a little bit of smushing down at the bottom, because remember, the bottom part, there's no gesso, right? It's just the regular weight of the paper from Elizabeth Crafts. And I'm just putting a little bit more. This one, I think it was Twisted Citron, the spritz. And then we're also going to grab some of the oxide. So now this, I'm going to start putting down on top of the gesso area. And you can see, you can put the color down. If we put it on top of the gesso, you could then spray it with a water bottle, and it will help the color move. while protecting the paper underneath so it doesn't, like I said, get all wet and like start to peel and do crazy stuff. If you ever put water on paper that can't handle it, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so right now I'm just cleaning up my hands a little bit, and we're gonna try and dry this. But using gesso is fun. So if you don't have, maybe you didn't get any of the foundations paper, you didn't, ow! This cat is just stabbing me with his claws. Okay, his nails. Sorry about that. Yeah. So if you don't have heavyweight paper, but you want to do mixed media, this is a way that you can do that while protecting your surface, okay? You can still create backgrounds. You can see I sprayed directly onto the gesso area with the pink, and it's still very vibrant. And I like how, that's looking. Would I use that pink per se? Maybe not. But now I'm splattering the peach, the pecan peach from Nuvo. And on the white, it will stay, pretty vibrant. On the bottom half, it blends in really quickly because it's not staying on top of the paper like it does because of the gesso. So it melts, basically. It just dries right in. Okay, so we're just going to hit this with a little bit of heat. All right, and then let me see. I think after this, I bring over the other pages. I'd already played with them. The camera was kind of paused, so bear with me. But I just wanted to show you, I sprayed directly to the gesso, and then we're going to heat it up. Because the gold, it did good, but I wanted y'all to see like a vibrant color and what it would do like on the white gesso part compared to the black gesso. So black gesso to me is really, it works really well with the spritz, especially the vibrant colored ones. They just really stand out on the black gesso. So black paper, dark colored papers, you can see how all of that works, And then we're just heating it all up for it to dry. And then this one, I'm leaving alone because I actually like how this one turned out. The white gesso with that gold up at the top. And then we have the same kind of effect with the black gesso on the bottom. Now, would you use black gesso on the black foundations paper? No, you don't have to, because foundation paper in itself is already like pre-gessoed paper, okay? You can just start doing your mixed media on it. It's ready to go. The gesso that we're using is more for like this blue basil, right? Say you have blue, you don't have any black. Take your black gesso, cover the whole thing in the black gesso. Boom, you got black paper, okay? If you have lightweight white paper, cover it in black gesso, and you can still create and use your different colors that really stand out on black paper. So the gesso just gives you more opportunity with the different papers that you have in stock or in your stash already, okay? So I want you guys, if you bought gesso in the past, whether it be white, black, clear, whichever one you have, get it out of your stash. Use it. If you have a pretty pattern paper that you may want to use on a project, but you want to do a little mixed media, get you some clear gesso. Put it over the pattern paper, and you'll see you'll be able to still do that mixed media background while still having that beautiful pattern paper peeking through. Okay? And I'm just showing you, these are all dry now. Each one. And then this is that pattern paper. You can still see some of that green, and then you can see how the difference is on that gesso compared to it not being gessoed. It's just, it makes it vibrant on a paper where it would normally just soak in and kind of fade away. All right, you guys. So if you have any questions about gesso, please leave them down below. Now, I am not the expert of gesso. I just know for what we use it for in scrapbook pages and, cards and stuff like that. This gesso is a great tool. You can use it to cover up like wood pieces so you can color it a different color. Chipboard, you can use it to, like I said, change the color of papers or protect the color that's underneath. So there's so many different things you can use it for, really and truly. And if you don't have any white paint and you want white splatters, you can use your gesso for white splatters as well. So don't be afraid. Go ahead, get it out, like I said, and let's get crafting. Let's make something with this gesso. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys. I thank you so much for joining me. Keep an eye out. I will have a new video using the gesso. It should be out on Wednesday. If it's not, it'll probably be on Friday, but just keep an eye out, okay? And again, thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you have a great day.